What's going on, guys? NeuroToxin here, bringing you the second game going up onto the channel. And this game I actually got a nuclear with one of the default classes. It was early in one of my prestiges. I didn't really have too many classes. I think I just felt like using the KN for one of the games. I was trying to get them some headshots, I think, still at this point for gold. And I thought it would count. Just pro tip for anyone, using the default classes does not count for the headshots or any of the challenges if you don't have that gun unlocked. That was something I did not know until around this time. But regardless, I ended up getting a nuclear with this one. This is my first and only nuclear in Black Ops 4. I don't really try to go for them too often. A lot of times I'm playing more objective-based games like Hard Domination or Hardpoint. And a lot of times my team ends up getting into a little bit of a hole, or I just end up playing careless and just trying to jump on the objective, not really thinking of trying to go for a nuclear or anything like that. So I end up ending my streaks, or I'm just playing like absolute trash. I'm sure now with the mindset of trying to get some gameplays for YouTube, I'm gonna play a little bit more bitchy, or just end up trying to go for better gameplays like nuclears or 100+ games. I have one or two of them saved up for commentaries in the future. And so yeah, this is just gonna be playing in the background. Today I actually want to talk to you guys about my opinions on Black Ops 4, and I'm sure you could tell by the title. I'm a very big fan of this Call of Duty. So I started playing back in Modern Warfare 2. It was after it already came out, after it was in its prime, just before Black Ops 1 came out, and I was playing. So I played after all the fun with the noob tubes. Granted, that continues even to this day, but I missed all the akimbo shotguns and all those fun things back when Modern Warfare 2 was in its prime. So I started playing back in Modern Warfare 2, and I have played at least one game of every single Call of Duty up until this point. And I think I even went back and played COD 4. I never played World at War, but I honestly believe that this Call of Duty Black Ops 4 is probably one of the best ones that we've had in a long time. And there's many things that I think attribute that to this game. One, I think all of Call of Duties have felt progressively better as far as like movements or anything like that. Say what you want about the boosting packs, they did move very nice, and with the engine that they were using, it wasn't terrible. At least the movements. I did not like any of the boosting games, the booster pack games. Wasn't really fond of all the jumping around, so I didn't really like Black Ops 3 that much either. But I recognize that it was a very successful Call of Duty, as they all are. But Black Ops 4, to me, at least, someone who's just coming back into the franchise and has been gone for 2-3 years. So I didn't play the entirety of Black Ops 3. I didn't play World War 2, and I didn't play Advanced Warfare much. But this Call of Duty seems to have so much support by the developers. I give major props to Vonderhaar and the team over there at Treyarch for being on top of their stuff when it comes to making sure any bugs are fixed, big glaring issues are resolved as soon as possible. I do recognize that there's a lot of things that they are not getting to and they have not gotten to, but I have not seen this level of support from the developers in a very long time. It was something I always wished for back in when I was playing Modern Warfare 2, not knowing that it was past its prime and the developers really stopped caring much about it. Yeah, so I'm used to all of those Call of Duties back in like Modern Warfare 3 and Black Ops 2. Black Ops 2 had a good amount of support, but a lot of the older Call of Duties where it seemed like bugs could stay in for almost months. I remember at one point in Modern Warfare 3, there was a bug where you can put the gun modification that would increase your damage that was usually used on shotguns. You could put it on one of the semi-automatic assault rifles. You could put it on any gun, but it was just so good on those semi-automatic assault rifles because it turned them all into 1- and 2-shot kills. And that stood in there for, it must have been weeks. And now in this game, like, there's a lot of bugs that I see in the patch notes that I didn't even know about, like the one where you can get under the map. I think it was on, I think it might have been on this map, or one of the maps. You can get under or get outside the map and shoot people from outside of it, or underneath it. I didn't even know about it. until I read the patch notes. So I think this Call of Duty has a tremendous amount of support. And I know people are going to complain because it seems like Call of Duty has only been getting bigger, and everyone is very fast to point out all the flaws that it has. And I have my own personal gripes with the way that the microtransactions have been going in basically every game. This one has been, I don't know, it seems to have been the target for a lot of YouTube and a lot of the community, especially since I am not personally very fond of the way they've been doing the microtransactions. But then again, I'm not someone that usually buys the microtransactions anyways. So maybe to someone who spends a lot, who wants the microtransaction, this is actually really cool because they get to do something. It gets to add replayability to the game when they add these like pay to win, not pay to win, but pay for cosmetic stuff, and then you have to earn them also. So maybe to some of the people that buy these microtransactions, that it actually it's fun for them. But besides the point, I believe that is besides the point. Sorry, I believe this Call of Duty is one of the best ones that we've had in a very long time. I think the last one that I can personally remember that I was just absolutely in love with and felt this good and had great support, and it felt like the community was overall had very fast to point out their issues, but was having fun with. Honestly, I was a big fan of Ghosts, but I think Black Ops 2 was an absolutely amazing game. It felt great. There wasn't... Everything just felt good about that game. And this game obviously reminds me a lot of it, mostly because no booster packs, and it's just so much fun to play. I love the way that the score streak system now works. I even like I know a lot, this is a big polarizing one, but I like that you can get a portion of a kill and get all the points for it. That's something that's always bugged me about Call of Duty, is someone stealing my kill when I've put in 4 bullets into the guy and they put in the last half a bullet and they get the credit for the kill, they get the points and everything. That's always something that's been something that really bothered me. Granted, I know even in this game you can put in that little last portion and still get the points for the kill, but I think what they did was very good. And overall, it seems like this game has the most support we've seen from the developers. It's very fun to play. We have a whole new mode called Blackout, which I don't play much of, but I played back in the beta, and that's incredibly fun. And now we have this great amount of support from the developers, and I'm interested to see where the esports side of it goes, and where competitive COD is going to go, because I feel like that's a big driving factor behind how much the fans love the game. Because I know back in Black Ops 2, I would follow the pro teams like it was like there was no tomorrow. I knew everything. And even now to this point, I'm interested in how optics scrims are working and who's on what teams right now. Like seeing all the old names that I knew back in Black Ops 2. Like, oh my god, look at this. I didn't even know Clayster's on this team, and Slasher's now with them, and how dominant Optics seems to be in this game, along with seems like how they were so dominant back in Advanced Warfare also. And so that's something I'm really interested to see. I feel like they took a little bit too long to come out with the first events, the CWL League. But that's something we can talk about at a later date. That's gonna be it for the gameplay, guys. Again, thank you guys for watching. I love thank you again for all the couple views I got on the last video. I didn't advertise it all to anyone, so it's cool that some people came and watched it just through the YouTube algorithm being kind of nice to a new creator. So that's gonna do it for you guys. If you guys enjoyed the content and want to join me on this journey, feel free to subscribe, like the video, throw a comment in there, and if anyone wants to add me, you can see my PSN is right there. Thanks again for watching, and see you guys tomorrow.